New clutch for the Prairie. I don't know much about it. I know it's meant to handle the power it's meant to make, so it's going to be a button clutch and a flywheel and all the bolts and everything. Got this from my local All Clutch and Brake, which is, they're just the best company. They're so good to deal with. But I learnt that your grease you normally put on the shaft there on the spline for your clutch, which is this grease, is completely separate grease to the one you put on like your pivot ball. Oh, there you go. That you put on that. Unreal. They're saying like basically this grease, like people will pressure wash their cars or whatever, and if you don't run this stuff, it kind of washes away and it won't be on the ball anymore. So yeah, this is the stuff for the ball, which they're so good. They're just giving me this stuff for nothing. Just put it in a bag, but pretty good. Good bit of knowledge to know. So yeah, I'll take this out of the pack. Nice light and flywheel. She looks a bit greasy, but yeah, nice extreme. This is the normal clutch fork. There you go. It's like a sprung button clutch, which will take the abuse, and their recommended pressure plate. These are that there. So yeah, awesome. Oh, there you go. Instructions. Won't read them. But another step to getting it running. Back on the Prairie. So the gearbox I had in there just wouldn't select. Wow, what's that? First, third gear. It's like this shaft here, which goes in the gate, wasn't pushing enough forward, so it's like this bolt hole's in the wrong position, because this is all stuff I've had for 10 years in tubs, so it's a mixed match of rubbish. Then I found another, I don't know what you call this, selector, I don't know, with the bolt further forward, but then it's got too much meat on the little biscuit down there, so it gets stuck in the gate. You can't tell, but you can't select gears because it's too fat. So I reckon I'm just gonna grind that down so it's like thin like this one, and then I've got the desired bolt location. I know I can drill and tap this, but this shit looks hard, like real hard steel, obviously being a gearbox. So I'll try and dodge this. Hopefully my gearbox issues are solved so I can put the car back together. Look at that, just got my CNC out, grinder. Yeah, I've matched them up pretty good, so let's see if that's my problem solved. I don't know what this extra little piece of meat here is, extra little nugget on the side where this one doesn't have it, but soon find out. It works! Kettle gears. Now just put it apart and reassemble it together. So good. I love trying stuff. I've never messed with a gearbox like this, but now I know. So awesome. Engine ready to come up and sump off, seal that. Gearbox is mint. So yeah, we're moving. Let's get this engine back in. Hopefully today. Better put the clutch in. For those interested to see what's in the motor in the Prairie, because I bought this thing as a runner out of a drag car. See, obviously pistons, rods, all ARP bolts and studs. I don't know what else you want to look at. Yeah, it's all super clean. There's nothing filthy in the sump or anything when I initially pulled it off. So yes, interesting. Gonna be cool to see what kind of power it makes, but obviously don't really care. It'll just drift. That's a Prairie. Flywheel sitting on, sump's all on for good. Not a bad bit of ooze there. onto the clutch. Not the channel for advice, but I remember years ago getting these like ARP style bolts, and they were too long, so you'd bloody max them out and the flywheel would be loose and you wouldn't know. You'd think it's just done up. So I've got the verniers. I'm going to measure it before I do the same thing that I did about 15 years ago. Handy. They've even written what side this clutch disc goes, even though I know the bolt goes out towards the gearbox, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Interesting, I don't even read instructions, but they're saying you do it up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I normally go 1, 2, 3, 4, but there you go. Oh, and don't forget to pull the dick out when you're done. They're good. Box about to go on. Oh no, it's not. I've got John the bell housing. You left music on, you idiot.
What are you doing?
I'll just leave music on the background.
You're an idiot.
Need a taller film person.
Taller?
How you going? I sent Sienna on an impossible mission to find 8 of these exact bolts. Because they're factory Corolla. And they're all Corolla. And she found them all. 8 of them. Pretty good. Not a waste, getting nice factory hardware. Great. Little collar. Oh, look at that. Hands up like that. Prairie body loan. Time to neaten this thing up and get it in there and running. I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks to the LZ event. Probably should look up the date, but yes. And gearbox is coming out of the Odyssey. Because it's always had a shitty clutch. It was still working, but I have a fresh one here, so I figured I might as well change the clutch. I'm not no electrician, so the way I know how to do things, I actually did the same with Odyssey, is I'll plug everything in and I'll power it up and I'll work out what I can take out from there and terminate and see. See? It's a car. A few hours here, still looks like a disaster, but I've chopped that much shit out so far. I'm still going and everything's still working, so pretty much an electrician. Done it, everything works, dash, indicators, headlights, hazards and all the bits. Obviously now it's got to tape it all up, it'll make sense. But that's how much shit I removed. A lot. Yes, it'll make sense. 23 days to the LZ World Tour. We've just got the diff in and finished. All the caliper brackets, and yes, so it's got a short and Hilux diff in there. So we've actually got brakes on there now. Now I start the quest to start wiring it. Factory body loom stripped, and the original Haltech that was on the motor when it was running in the drag rail. So Elite 750 seemed to run mint. So yeah, I just want to clean this nest up a bit and chuck it in there. Hey, exhaust. Nice tight fit. I have to trim the tailgate. Just little tiny little lick around the top here. So the tailgate's smooth. And I cut the exhaust down. I'm not a big fan of long hanging tips. Plus this thing's so low, the back will hit even going on the trailer. So yeah, keeps it all nice and tucked up. Once it's trimmed down, maybe equal with the bumper or something, it'll look good. Yeah, it's all solid mounted. I'll solid mount everything. Stano muffler, Stano pipe, obviously all the way, all mounted up there to the gearbox crossmember and over there. And all the way to the stainless headers. Got to put an O2 sensor bung in. But yeah, and my next job is I'm going to start making the tail shaft tomorrow. I've obviously just got that as dummy there to make sure we had clearance above it. I've kept the whole exhaust above seal panels because it's obviously low. Yeah, sweet as, just another job done. Yeah, you can see the few tail shafts. That's my little join. Idiots, no center bearing mount. So you have to weld to the painted car. Been waiting a while for this one. Billet covers for the Prairie. Oh, it's a nice finish. I hate the big bumps and lumps in the factory NA one, so this is gonna be a nice addition. Napkin? Yeah, nice. And then 0.3. Woof! That fucking got me good 100 times. Yay! Good tool. So good. 11 days to the LZ World Tour. Yep. Wiring. Have my mate Phil coming today to do the wiring that takes some brains. So I've got it to kind of this stage. So I need to do full fuel system still. Brake lines, obviously all wiring. Most of the fab work's done, so yeah, I'm just gonna order all my fittings today and all my little bits and pieces and get all this stuff in the car. And hopefully get a minute to test it. I've got a feeling it's got me some road testing. Looks messy, should finish up neat. Feels good, he knows what he's doing. He makes his stuff look easy. So yes, 11 days to go. Another day down. It's getting pretty close now. Had Phil here just getting all this stuff wired, all the relays and whatnot. So yeah, I've started to run most of the cables and most things are wired up. Just doesn't even look any different than this morning, but it is. It's getting much closer. The list is getting shorter. So is the time till the event. So yes. Oh well. I'm feeling good about it as long as there's no little hiccups along the way. Just been mounting like battery cable and yeah, it's a bit of a mess. I normally run like PDMs and stuff like that, but such a simple engine. You just got a pretty simple little basic wiring set up and a nice little Haltech in there, so should be all good. Still should, once the dash is in, it'll still look clean, and that's the thing, I don't want to ruin it's nice, simple, clean interior. I don't want too much fuss going on here, so yes. Battery all wired up, nice earth and nice power straight to like a 100 amp fuse, and just a little panel there with the isolator riveted in. Obviously I didn't plan that rivet too well because I can't drill it. Yeah, everything's rubber booted. Oh, probably should put that on. Everything's fixed. I've just got to fix this loom to here now. Everything's nice and secure. I run fuses on every car I build, like just a main fuse in case I have any kind of accident. This is a pretty dangerous spot to have it, in the quarter of a drift car, but if something happens it's obviously going to be a decent smash, so it'll pop the fuse and the car shouldn't melt. But yeah, I've run all the lines, I've secured all to the chassis all along there. I'm just working out with the back seat where to run that one. All out, all fixed to the firewall, all to the, I don't know, wiring panel I guess you'd call it. So yeah, now onto the rocker cover and stuff like that, and get the inlet and the exhaust on and finish off the wiring in here. Bit of a heat shield in the making for the master, because the extractors come real close to it, which is all good. I've had that heaps in cars, so I'll shield it, get some of the gold tape. Billet rocker cover time, pull these off. But if you want these rocker covers and you're watching this video, get on our merch store, which will stick on the screen, which is LowStandardsJ@bigcartel.com. That's probably wrong. But yeah, get on there, I'll send it to you for free. I'll just send one each, please don't take two. Whoever gets on there first can just have them. They're purely decorative because these were put on before World Time Attack and they were stuffed and they were cracked, so now they've got silicon and bog and they're just an ornament. So yeah, whoever wants them, get on there. If you're feeling extra nice, buy a sticker as well. But yeah, we'll post them to you for nothing, so first in, best dressed. This will obviously be going live Friday night, so enjoy. Look at them. That could be yours. We'll send them wherever in the world. But yeah, it is that. This little area here in the car has been stressing me out. Trying to keep everything under like a full lid here. So I bought this compact little Racework surge tank, which fits. No worries, like it's under the lid. It's probably the shortest one I could find. But obviously I've got to get a lift pump and a 044 in there. So compact. But I got this. Oh, stoked. All fits under there. 044. So essentially in tank, so it'll shut the pump up. And it fits under the floor. So now all I got to do in that little area there is get a lift pump down there. So easy. Oh, it was stressing me out because the physical length of these pumps by the 20-foot fittings on each end is massive, and it comes with the sock attachment and stuff. Oh, so good. I literally couldn't sleep last night thinking about it, but problem solved this morning. 10 days to go. Fucking lifesaver. You can see how tight everything is. And that's the frame that's going to have the lid on it. So yeah, it's just tucking under. Oh, So good. Oh, guess he's got a spare for the next build. Another day. So yes, Wednesday arvo. Oh, done heaps, but yes, this filth here, I have to run it. Kills me. I'm going to 35 GDR coil setup, but I just didn't get them in time. So this is the original, I reckon the LS one, coils that were with this motor. I just hate it, top of the motor. But anyway, I just want to get it running at this point, so there's plenty of dodginess going on. Same with the wiring. Like, I just use so much of the factory stuff, and look at it sitting over the top of the throttles there, and yeah, it's just, but all the wiring is in the car now, which is pretty cool. So that's looking in the bay with all the wiring, but sadly got these coils hanging here, and the inlet's on for good, like fully bolted on. Just done a little accelerator bracket, same. I've got a whole new inlet coming for this thing, which will put all the fuel rail on the underside, all the accelerator linkages all on the underside of the plenum. It comes up at a little angle, and I'll put a pic here. It's coming from New Zealand, like crazy shit. But same, just didn't get here in time, which is all good. So the future of this car will have no coils there. We'll just have them in the valley. Inlet's going to look crazy. So yeah, that's all getting removed, and then I'll change all the wiring. Yeah, so I've just sat them on there because I spent the day remote mounting all the resi and the brake bias for the brake master, because obviously look how close it is to the headers. So I've been building a heat shield for it, which is around here somewhere. It's like a couple of hours of messing around, and it just hit everything. So scrap that idea. I basically have done all fittings and bulkhead lines through the firewall for this now, so the resi's not sitting on top of the master, which is going to clean the bay up anyway. So yeah, I've mounted it. Oh, the wiring's still messy here. I've done bulkhead fittings through the firewall, and my little brake bias is just down here now. So yeah, I've started to plumb all that up. So getting all the brake lines and everything done. Haven't done much wiring today. Oh yes, I have done alternator and everything. Have Phil coming back on Friday, so I'm hoping to get as much done as I can on this tomorrow, where Friday we can start this up. Oh, I already kicked it over just to test the starter. I'm like, yeah, awesome. But I've still got the full fuel system to do. Obviously all the shielding and all those bits and pieces, but wiring, engine bay wires is done. I've just got to put the fans in here now, radiator back in. I got that little cherry sensor there for like the cam pickup in. So yeah, a lot of stuff is just on for good. So I'll do another heat shield for this tomorrow, and then headers can go on for good. And I lost the coil pack because I think when I was doing this car, I'm like, I'm just binning this shit. So I reckon I've binned one. So now I got to go find an LS coil pack from somewhere. I'm guessing they're easy to find, if it is LS, but yeah, so it's got to tie up all the wiring under here. But yeah, it's getting there. Like I said, got to finish off the linkage a bit, but basically it's got its bracket. Got to do the catch can lines, which are there, which is, you know, I don't need to do that to get it running. So yeah, I'm getting there. I've done I've fit that that Raceworks pump in, and that's where it's going to be sitting there, which gives me space on the back side of it, so I can do little bulkhead fittings for the fuel lines to the front of the car, which I've done 0. So yeah, plenty to do, but also ticking a lot of boxes. So still a mess under here, but I'll start tying stuff up pretty soon. Yes.